Okay guys, Swiss Moise Delani Python Dinada Sana. You're welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to cover how you can implement Captcha in Django so as you can prevent your login form with brute force attack, but also how you can prevent your forms like contact forms against bots attack. So this is actually something handful for you developer, because for a secure development you actually need to have subconscious mind hardwired with a security concept and a security precaution, like implementing Captcha on your login form or your contact form. So this is actually going to be full hands-on tutorial, okay? And I hope you're gonna enjoy it. If it is the first time for you to watch out my channel, do not hesitate to subscribe so as you can be timely updated once we upload a new video. So keep on watching and let's go. So let's get started. I'm actually not going to create a project from the scratch, but we are going to use the previous project I lectured, which is the Django email account activation and a password reset. Okay, so I'll actually provide the link of this project below the video description. So get it, clone the source code. After cloning the source code, make sure you create Python visual environment, activate the visual environment, then install this package, which is the Django reCaptcha, by running this command. Okay, if I run this command on my computer, okay, if I run this command, you may see the requirement is satisfied. After that, what you need to do next is you need to register this app. Okay, so it should be the Django underscore reCaptcha. After that, what you actually need to do next is I'll actually put this link below the video description, which will enable you to create Google Captcha, reCaptcha, public key and a private key. Okay, make sure before you do this, you have already logged in into your Gmail account. So let me show you something. When you paste that link on your browser, it will appear something like this. So what you need to do here is to click here. So you'll use this. Okay, so here you can put any label like Lenny Python. After that, make sure you're creating this captcha for I'm not a robot. Then after here, you will add a domain, which is you can put your real domain name or your public IP, whatever. But for this case, because our Django web application is running on localhost, so you just put IP, something like this. After that, you click submit. After clicking submit, you will be displayed with you can see this is site key and this is secret key. Make sure you copy this. Okay, after copying it, open setting py file. Then after do something like this. Your reCaptcha underscore public key. Copy this, the first key. Okay, which is site key. Okay, then after here there is reCaptcha underscore private key. Copy this, the second key, which is secret key. After that, add this line. Okay, silence the system checks is equal to square bracket single quote Django reCaptcha underscore test underscore key underscore error. After this, it means that we have actually installed the Django reCaptcha and we have created the public key and the private key for Google reCaptcha, and we have put this. We have put the application name, which is the Django reCaptcha, on install the application, and we have added these keys on the Django setting file, okay, of the main project. After that, the next thing we are going to do here is to create a form. Okay, as I told you that before we put this in login page, we are actually going to create a simple contact form and show you how it actually should be. Okay, so in the previous session we created an application which was authentication. So inside authentication, open forms, and here we're going to create a contact form. Okay, so we can say this is contact form. Before we create a contact form, we need to import something here. So we import reCaptcha field and the reCaptcha v2 checkbox. After that is a good time for us to create form. Okay, so the name of form is contact form. Then after form, so we can say our form has these fields, which is dot show field. Okay, feedback text area. That's cool. Then after we have the first field as email feedback. Then after we have captcha, okay, which is something an end user needs to solve before submitting a form. So captcha is equal to, so we can say reCaptcha field. Then after bracket we, okay, this is perfect. Our form is ready. So let us create a Django view, which will be special for rendering our form we have created. So before we proceed, we need to import our form. So from .forms, we need to import contact form. That's perfect. Then after, let us create the Django view. Then after request, okay. So the first thing we need to do here is to check if the form is submitted with a post method. So we can say request dot method, right, is equal to post. If an end user has submitted the form, so here we load our form, which is contact form bracket request dot post. After that, we check if the form is valid, means if everything is clear and the user has made sure he or she has filled the form. Okay, so if form dot is valid, if the form is valid, we need to return http response. The form is submitted successful. So let us import this also from Django.http import http response. That's perfect. So if the form is valid, we will return http response to an end user of the system that your form has been submitted successful. But if something is wrong, we can say for error in list, then form dot error, okay, dot vals, okay, message, okay, request error. If nothing is wrong, okay, what we actually need to do here is else our form is contact form, then we render the form. So render, return render, bracket request, comma, contact form, contact.html. That's perfect. Then after form, this is perfect, guys. So after this, I may actually elaborate for you. Okay, so here, if everything is okay, user will be returned with HTML response that the form has been submitted successful. Else it will actually display some errors. And this is actual contact form HTML. So it has something like this. What we have done here is just load our form, then after loaded our CSRF token to prevent our form against cross-site request forgery. I hope if you are a security expert, you probably know what this means. That's perfect. So after that, let us include this URL in these views. Okay. So we need to put something like this, contact/contact blah blah. Okay, that's perfect. Let us come here, try to refresh. Okay, when I try out to submit, you can see, so here I can say holla at gmail.com. So here I put something like this. When I click here, you can see this field is required. Okay, but we want a custom message. This message does not sound more professional. So what we can do here, let us get back into our form here and let us put error message. Okay, we can say error message. Okay, we can say required. Then we can say you must solve. Okay, you must pass the reCaptcha test. Okay, Control S to save the changes. So let us refresh our form and let us try out to submit it once again. What is happening here? So I think it is error messages. This is going to be clear, guys. Okay, you can terminate your Django default server. That's okay. So once again, so when you put something like this, when you try out to submit here, you can see you must pass the reCaptcha test. And when we pass the test, click submit. Boom, the form is submitted successfully. So this is actually a simple way on how you can implement reCaptcha, Google reCaptcha in your HTML form, any form. So this actually sum up the end of this session. Before we end up this session, let me thank you in, if not 80 international different languages, it's 9, because last time when I met with someone from India, he told me that you Indian say denawa, something denawa, or shukra, something shukra. So thank you so much. Asante sana. Muchas gracias. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado. Kamsa hamida. Aita danke. Denawad. Those are the 9 different international languages. Thanks so much. Don't forget to like, put comment, share and subscribe so as you can be timely updated when we upload a new video. Thanks and see you in the next time.